Hello everyone, I'm Interact, this is Dead Cells, welcome back. We are going to go ahead and just rant about random stuff like an idiot while we do some achievements. Because, I mean, otherwise it's just boring as heck, right? So we need to do the beat the game with curse sword and beat the watch without being hit. So maybe we can get those done in this episode, hopefully. What we're going to talk about is people talking on cell phones, man, in public, with the speakers, like not actually using the cell phone the way it's, you know, like put it up to your head, right? Do you ever have that happen, where people just like randomly have it on speaker, despite the fact that they're in public? I don't want that right now. Why if you do that, can you explain why? What's the point? What's the purpose? Why are you talking on your cell phone with like the speakers on? And they hold it up to their face, so it's like you could just cut out the middleman and just like hold it up normally, right? And then, you know, you'd be using the phone the way you're supposed to use the phone. But instead, it's just like, I don't know, it's so obnoxious. And then they have to like yell at the phone. Why do people do that? I bring this up because I had a neighbor once who would always complain that my dog barked too much. And like, sure, he barks a lot, right? I understand that, I'm not like delusional about that. I'm gonna go with that. He barks a lot, but she would like. So I had a first floor apartment with like a big glass window that looked out onto like the parking lot, like right by the entrance to the apartment complex, right? And she would sit there on her phone and just like talk, like have her car idle, which by the way, you're just wasting gas, dude. Just turn the car off, right? So she would idle the car in the parking space, like right next to the front of my apartment. And then, obviously, like my dog would be like, "Oh my God, there's someone making noise outside. Let me freak out and bark at it." Cause like that's like the reasonable, in dogs' eyes, I guess, thing to do. I didn't realize that we had the take damage when you get, or take extra damage on hit on this weapon. I kind of want to get rid of it even more now. Anyways, she would sit outside the apartment, like right outside the glass door. I missed the timed door. Am I stupid? Ooh, 1 second to spare. I'm a genius. Anyways, as I was saying, just sit outside sit in the parking lot, right outside of the glass sliding door, and talk on her phone on speaker. Like, I think she might have even had like the car radio on most of the time. And I'm not talking for like, you know, like one conversation, right? You know, like, I don't know, one conversation's like short amount of time, right? You know, 10, 15 minutes tops, maybe. I'm talking like hours, dude. Just spend hours just sitting there talking on the phone. Like, you have an apartment, you can go into your apartment and talk on your phone. Why do you gotta sit in the car and waste all your gas and make my dog annoyed? And then, like, complain that my dog makes too much noise. I feel like I'm like very Larry David about this, but like, I don't know, does that bug other people? Can you explain to me why you would talk on your phone in the parking lot instead of just going into your apartment and talking to the person? What are you accomplishing by sitting in the parking lot? Like, I guess you could listen to the radio, but like, do you not have a radio in your apartment? Or like a computer where you can get radio stations for the most part? Like, why would you just sit in the parking lot? Because like, you know that my dog's gonna bark, right? Because he's been there a while. We lived there for a while. It's like it's nothing new. I'm pretty sure we had him pretty much a few months after we moved in. We got him, so it wasn't like like a surprise that he was there. He'd been there for a while. but then like complain about him because you're sitting outside on your phone. It's the same thing as like people who, to me at least, it's the same thing as people who like play loud music on their speakers in public. Like just stop making so much noise, man. Maybe I'm just a curmudgeon or something, but like I find it really obnoxious. In case you haven't noticed. I do want to take this because this Assassin's Dagger has the bad affix on it that I don't really like. It's causing me to take more damage than I should be. I don't know, man. Why would anyone... why people use the speakers on their cell phones for things like that is just... it's beyond me. I had a bunch of guys that I worked with that would do the same thing with the phone. Like, I understand, like, if you're driving or something, right? Like, you can't hold the phone to your ear the entire time, right? I mean, you shouldn't be... let's be honest, you shouldn't be talking on your phone while you're driving anyways, because I'm pretty sure it's against the law. But whatever, you know. They did it, so I'm not gonna be able to stop them, right? But then, like, even when they weren't in, like, a car or a truck or whatever, because I worked at a moving company, so we were on trucks, you know, moving trucks. Even when they weren't, like, they were just, like, in the office or something, just, like, sitting in the chairs, and I'm, like, trying to get work done, right? Like, they'd just sit there on their phones, on speaker, and, like, they'd have to yell at it because the person on the other end couldn't hear them properly, and I'm just like, can you just put it up to your ear? Like, is there a reason? Am I missing something major of why you wouldn't just do that? Because I feel like I'm missing something, right? Because it just seems absurd to me that you would do that on purpose. I'm gonna take damage from that. So much damage. Holy crap. I don't know. Do you do that? Does that annoy you? Whatever. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just an old man despite not actually being that old. And like, he wouldn't bark during the nighttime or anything. Like, we would rein him in when we were home. We'd be like, hey, you know, you can't bark right now. And he'd be like, okay, sure. I won't bark unless someone tries to, like, knock on the door or something, which is understandable. Like, he's a guard dog, right? It's what he does. Which we didn't know when we got him, because when we got him, he was like, you know, quietest dog ever, crouched in a corner, because he was scared as heck, because he hadn't been properly socialized with people yet. So we thought he was going to be a quiet... I mean, you know, the fact that he's not a quiet dog is fine. Doesn't bother me in the slightest. Apparently bothers, you know, my ex-neighbors. I had a friend who I was talking with about, you know, dog stuff. Because we were playing PUBG and his dog kept barking. And he said, like, his neighbors have, like, a basset hound. And they have apparently, like, quiet hours at wherever he lives. Like, from, like, I don't know, like 6 to, you know, 6 at night to, like, you know, 6 in the morning or whatever. It's like people can sleep, right? Which is fine, like, that makes sense. And his dogs will never bark during that, but they, like, complain about his dog barking. When their dog's just, like, a basset hound. Like, you know, I don't know if you ever heard of basset hound, they will howl away until the day is done. And apparently their basset hound, like, does it during the quiet hours. And his dogs are just doing it during the day, which is, like, allowed. Because, you know, it's not quiet hours or whatever. I don't know, I feel like people... Is that just, like, a common trend among people? That, like, if it's their issue or, like their kid's issue or something, they're like, oh, well, you know, my kid's perfect, so they would never do that, or my dog's perfect, they would never, you know, break the rules or whatever. It's a decent necklace, I guess. I kind of need a better weapon, I think. Although I guess I can just use these turrets. Maybe that's just like human nature, to blame other people for everything. But it feels so stupid. Like, yeah, my dog is loud. I'm sure you've heard him if you've watched, like, many of these episodes. Like, yes, he barks a lot. Oh my goodness, stop. Ugh. I actually just got stun-locked by this kamikazes. That was nifty. I think I'm gonna save for a weapon shop. I really need, like, a frantic sword or something. I'll take a survival weapon at this point, honestly. The Hayabusas are okay, but they're not really, like, doing it for me. There, you have fun with that in there. There you go, perfect. I'm going the wrong way. I'm trying to speed through this, man, because I just want to get 100% achievements and then start doing resell stuff. It might take a while if I'm, like, actually going for 100%. I mean, 100% Foundry progress. Like, 100% achievements, I have 2 achievements left. Yeah, it could give me a really good melee weapon. That would be colorless. Okay. I mean, it's colorless, so it's going to scale with my tactics, which is kind of what I was looking for. But I don't know, man. I think it's... Wow, that was just phenomenal. Perfect. I think it's the same thing with, like, because, at least in America, I don't know about other countries, there's like a culture of, like, the customer is always right. I need to put at least 1 cell on, so why do I have no cells? I can't do the Foundry with no cells. I'm glad I died then, I guess. There's like a culture of the customer is always right. So, like, people feel like they can just kind of, like, complain about any little thing and be justified in doing it because, like, they're the customer, right? You have to treat the customer right. It's such a nuisance. Because I remember I used to work at I've had a decent amount of jobs, as most people have. I used to work at an ice cream store. And we'd have kids come in, right? Like, you know, that's fine. I'm not, like, being like a freaking kids. I like kids. But they'd come in and they'd always want, like, we had cotton candy flavored ice cream. Like, specifically, you know, because kids liked it. I'm gonna die. I'm so dead. I'm actually just the deadest man alive. That makes no sense. So anyways, the cotton candy ice cream is, like, really soft and hard to, like, put on a cone because it was, you know, super soft. It, like, was really runny, so it, like, melt and get all over the place, and it was also this freaking blue dye in it. It was awful, needless to say. So people would get, like, it was one of those places that had, like, the, you know, the pre-made, like, oh, if you like cotton candy, you have this one. It's like the pre-made thing with all the different toppings and whatever. And there was one that was, oh god, it was awful. It was like cotton candy ice cream, which is already, like, super runny, with, like, marshmallow syrup, which the marshmallow syrup, dude, don't even, that stuff made, like, could make anything into just a mess of runniness. Just runny nonsense. I think I actually want the balanced blade more. So that, and then I had, like, I don't know, some other stuff, but it was like the marshmallow ice cream combined, or not the cotton candy ice cream combined with the marshmallow sauce. It literally turned like soup. It might as well have been soup. I think I skipped both of the scrolls. I did. No, I got one of them. That's fine. So it turned it into soup, and then people will be like, oh, well, can I, you know, my kid really likes cones. Can they get that on a cone? And I'm like, no. But obviously I can't say no, because that's against the rules, because, you know, you have the customer's always right. So I think I take, dude, I have no idea. Just give me cooldown reduction. So I obviously couldn't be like, no, you're an idiot. It's freaking soup. Can't you see? I can't put it in a cup. So we'd be like, oh, well, can we put it on in a cup with a cone on top of it? Like, it's the same thing, right? Like, you still get like the cone to eat if you want that, and then, you know, but you still get the ice cream that you want, and you got the cone to chew on. I guess I don't understand cones. I just give me ice cream in a cup, dude, or in a bowl or whatever. But you still get all that, and then you get the ice cream as well. Because if you just put it in a cone, like, your kid's gonna be just like an absolute mess of blue food dye and other sugary substances that are just gonna coat their, you know, entire body. And probably not come off until they take like at least 7 showers. And people would complain about that. They'd be like, well, oh, you can't put it in a cone. What do you mean you can't put it in a cone? Let me speak to your manager. And my manager, like, I went to school with her. Well, one of the managers at least. The other one was like in college and had it as a part-time job. But like, I went to school with, you know, and I was friends with most of the managers. And they would always be like, well, you know, you can't really, it's not gonna work. It's gonna run everywhere, and then we're gonna have to like mop the floors and your kid because they're gonna be covered in this blue food dye nonsense. And then the people, oh man, I could go on and on about customer service and how much I hate it. Worked in customer service so much in my life, I'd rather be homeless than have to do it again, honestly. That's not actually true, but, you know, for the point of exaggeration, it's true. CS, customer service, not computer science, is probably the worst profession, and I think anyone that's done it would probably agree with me. There's not much worse than customer service, at least in America. I don't know about other places. I don't know if like the people that complain thinking that they're gonna get like a free, you know, coupon or whatever, they complain about nothing, or the people that like come in like 5 minutes before closing and like just want to take their time and think about everything and be like, oh, can I try that flavor? Can I try this flavor? Oh, what do you recommend? Would you recommend that? And I'm like, just please, I want to go home. I have a life, sort of, not really, but I can pretend to have a life, right? The moral, like, this is why I always, like, I know a lot of people don't, you know, agree with tipping or whatever. Because it is, like, kind of absurd that you would have to pay extra money to someone. Oh, cool. Death Orb. We actually haven't messed with that very much. Like, tipping culture in America is, like, kind of absurd. But, like, as long as the person isn't, like, severely incompetent, or like, you know, completely screws up the meal or whatever, I tip like pretty highly. Like probably more than I should. Just because like I A, go out so infrequently that it doesn't really affect me. And B, because like I've been in that position where I know how awful it is. So I want to like, you know, as much as I can make things better for other people in that situation, I try to. Because it really can be, like, awful. Because of the whole, like, customer's always right thing, like, you could basically just, like, get degraded by people, and you can't do anything about it, which is absurd. It's over Biter Swarm. I don't think so. I think Biter Swarm might be better. And I think a lot of people might, like, abuse that fact. Like, knowing that, like, oh, well, they can't talk back or else they'll get written up or, you know, fined or whatever might happen. I think people might abuse that. to just be dicks to people. I mean, it feels like it. That could just be the fact that I hate customer service talking, but I don't know. It felt like that sometimes. You know? I love when you, like, tell people that you can't do something. They're like, well, let me speak to your manager. And I'm like, the manager's, like, literally gonna tell you the same thing. I don't know what you're expecting. Like, the manager's gonna be like, no, we can't give you a hamburger. This is an ice cream place. We've never had anyone order a hamburger, although we did joke about that. About going into where we worked and just ordering a hamburger when we weren't working. Because, you know, you work at an ice cream place in the winter. Like, no one shows up because who wants ice cream in the winter? So you have to find your own way to make your own excitement, you know? There's only so many times you can clean every single piece of equipment in the entire place before you want to just rip your eyes out with one of the spoons. Don't get me wrong, like, I enjoyed working there. I enjoyed working with the people that I worked with, but, like, my god, it was... The people that I worked with were fine. It was the, like, just the environment was just god-awful. Most of the time. Sometimes it was fine. And it was weird because another weird thing that happened there, while I'm just rambling about things while I try and get this run done with, it's just the rambling episode. There was this lady, and I mean, you know, probably not very nice of us, but it wasn't like a terrible nickname, but we had a nickname for her. We called her Milkshake Lady. Because she would come in, like, almost, I want to say almost every day, without fail. And it was the craziest thing. She would literally just order a, like, large vanilla milkshake, pay an exact change, like, literally exact change. It was like $5.50 or something, and she would always have 2 quarters and a $5 bill, and then just leave. And so it got to the point where, like, we knew her, and so we would literally just, like, have it ready as soon as we saw her walking in. We would just, like, start making the milkshake. I don't know if she knew or not. I assumed that she probably picked up on it. And it was, like, always around the same time of day. So maybe she, like, just got off of work and, like, wanted a milkshake, which is fine. It was crazy. And then there was one point in time where, like, nobody had seen her for 2 weeks, and we were all like, where's Milkshake Lady? Like, is everything okay with Milkshake Lady? When it's a bunch of high school kids working in, like, a place like that, it's... You really do have to make your own fun. Because it is not exciting. Like, in the slightest. I don't actually know how I feel about Death Orb, if we're being honest. I think it might be okay. I'm gonna try it just to give it a shot, you know? I don't know how far it goes. Does it ever stop, or does it just keep going? Because if it literally just keeps going... Oh my goodness. It stopped. I mean, it keeps going for a while, so I'll stick with it, sure. I don't know, if you work in customer service, just know you have my sympathies. It can be soul-crushing. Sometimes. And sometimes it's fine. You know, some days are fine, some days are terrible. It really varies, depending on where you work and who you work with and, you know, the environment and everything. But man, that was... I did not look forward to going to work in those days. Then again, I was like a high school kid, so I don't know. Do any high school kids really, like, get up and they're like, man, I get to go to work today? Hop out of bed, get all excited. Oh boy, work day. I don't know, I'm sure there's some people that enjoy what they do. I enjoy what I do. But I definitely did not back then. Oh man, I'm glad I quit that job. There's some weird, like, some weird stories about that place, man. One of my friends got fired because another one of our friends came in and, like, wrote something on the wall. And I guess, like, the owner, obviously, like, probably shouldn't have written something on the wall. But the owner, like, blamed him for, like, I guess letting non-employee people in the back. Which was honestly common practice. Like, everyone did it, including the managers. Because, you know, when your friend shows up, it breaks the monotony of the normal workday. Makes things a little bit better, you know? You just kind of hang out. Oh, look, there's a scorpion there. Shocking. I still think it's a little weird that it does that. Yeah, no, Death Orb seems pretty good, actually. I'm kind of stoked about Death Orb. That dude still wiggles when he's frozen. Did you notice that, the Mushroom Man? It's kind of crazy. I don't know, man. People in phones. I feel like on like pretty much anywhere in public, especially like public transit, you probably just shouldn't be blaring things at all. Not even just with your phone, just in general. Just don't blare things. Like, it's not hard to just be considerate, you know? I feel like for some people, maybe it is, though. Maybe I'm just too considerate. Which is like one of the most absurd sentences I've ever said, I think. I'm just too considerate. What if I'm just too nice and everyone else sucks? What do you got for me, buddy? Could use some of those traps. Why do you do this to me, game? I don't know, I just felt like going on some, like, Larry David rants about things while I just randomly play through this easy run of Dead Cells. Where is the exit, dude? I want out. I actually should be killing everything to get the money for those turrets. I think the turrets are going to help out a lot with the Watcher fight. I do kind of feel like I might be lacking damage for the Watcher. Like, the tentacle phase is going to be really easy, obviously, but I think the other phases might actually be a little difficult. So I'm going to have to actually, like, melee the Watcher down, which is really difficult to do. Because the Watcher's all over the freaking place. But stats-wise, I think we're in a pretty good spot for Cursed Sword Achievement. So maybe we can knock out both in this run and get back to just regular old random runs. I don't know, I've been kind of feeling a little, like maybe I want to play something other than Dead Cells. Because once I get the Foundry progress done, like, what more is there to do? Other than, like, I could do self-imposed challenge runs, I guess. I have never seen a cursed chest and then another chest right next to each other. It's pretty cool. That flamethrower turret had damage to frozen targets increased on it. That's new. I don't know, I might play like... Still haven't like fully beaten Isaac. Kind of feel like playing through like a RPG though. Like Dark Souls or something. Maybe even like a super old RPG. Like, I kind of want to play Planescape Torment. Just because I hear such great things about it. It's supposed to be like a classic video game, CRPG. Could play through the first Fallouts. Never actually beaten them. Never actually gotten very far at all in them because they're a little archaic, I think would be a proper phrase to use. Did he shield block my Death Orb? That's messed up, dude. But yeah, I guess the moral of the story is be nice to people who work in service industries because they get enough garbage as it is already. Like, they don't need... Like, if you can just be nice, maybe you can, you know, lighten that garbage load a little bit. Just be nice to people in general, though, I think is probably a safe thing to say. Like, just don't be a dick. Some people, it seems almost like they, like, want to be a jerk to people. Like, I had customers that I was like, you're just kind of unnecessarily being a jerk right now. And I couldn't figure out why. Maybe it's just like, I don't know. It's how they get enjoyment out of their life. Or something like that. Maybe, like, their life is pretty unenjoyable. And so they just want to, like, be a jerk to menial labor high school kids. For fun? Like, I don't know. Maybe that's it, maybe it's not, who knows. Also, don't talk on your phone on speaker in public, please. No one wants to hear your conversation or your music. Buy headphones, they're really inexpensive. Where is the freaking exit, dude? Might be up there. I think I might have seen the exit. Oh, we need to go back and buy those turrets. Was it this one or the other one? What am I doing? This teleport doesn't take me anywhere near the shop. Maybe I should actually start devoting time to beating the end is nigh. I feel like I'm at an impasse there, man. I feel like Death Orb is cool, but I think Knife Storm is better. I feel like I'm just I'm stuck on Anguish in that game. And I feel anguish from being stuck on Anguish. I just feel like I can't win. Ever. Maybe I can win this and maybe it'll make me feel better about myself, you know? Perfect, that's what I want. I want the exit, dude. Come on, give me the Watcher Fight. Whew. Cool. It's poisons enemies that hit me? Is that what that said? That's the exit right there. Ooh, secrets? Okay, that's not what I meant to do. Oh wow, there was a scorpion in the ground there? I would have never guessed. Yes, takeaways from today's random rant over the gameplay of Dead Cells. Don't be a jerk to people's dogs. Don't be a jerk to people. Just, I think we can settle on just don't be a jerk. How about that? How does that sound? Be nice to other people and their animals. I guess damage while near a deployed skill. Then we'll fill up our sippy sippies. I never beat the Dark Souls 3 DLCs. I think it'd be one of them. So maybe I'll do that in preparation for the Dark Souls Remastered coming up. Maybe I'll play XCOM again. I have no idea, dude. Red attack. Okay. I gotta take a drink of water before this. I need to perfect this fight, so. You'll excuse me for a moment. It was this part that screwed me up really badly on the last fight, right? Like I took damage from one of those slidey boys. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Oh my god, I failed it again. The red ones just, they move so fast, dude. Hello? Okay, yeah, I would like to contest that, please. What was that AI? Can I get an actual explanation on what just happened there? Are these things like bugged out if you freeze them? Holy mother of God. The speed on these boys, okay. Yeah, this achievement, dude. This achievement will be the death of me. I will never get this achievement until the end of days. Oh my goodness. I don't understand, dude. Those tentacles, like, it's like I get like crow swing or something? That just seems like a really big joke. Use crow wing just to fly above the tentacles. I don't even know that you'd fly high enough. What was I even trying to unlock? Can't even remember, dude. Let's get the explosive crossbow. Why not? Meet the grinder. I'll stick with what I have. Oh, yes, hello, Mr. Mutation guy. Well, that's that achievement gone down the drain again. So I guess we're just gonna try and do the cursed sword in one now. Which means we're gonna go clock tower and hopefully have enough money to reroll. We are actually, like, very deficient on money right now. Crap. Oh well, we'll figure it out. At least we're getting some Foundry progress, right? Would you just leave me be? One shot that poor boy. My god, he had a family. People that talk on cell phones, I think like in any public place, really bothers me. Like in restaurants and stuff. Why are you talking on your phone in a restaurant, man? People are trying to like have a nice meal. Just sitting there talking on your phone. Come on. As I've said, the moral of the story is just don't be a dick. Be nice to people. Respect other people's, you know, wanting to have a nice meal. What do we even need here? No, we need skills. We need to not look at this shop because we need money for the cursed sword later on. It's probably a dead end, right? Yeah. Nifty. I hate these guys. Oh, another scroll though. That's actually pretty sweet. I actually think I'm gonna take brutality. To get that extra benefit from that random mutation that I probably shouldn't have taken, but I did anyways, and also the extra HP. Was it like damage after killing an enemy? Kind of pointless. Okay, there's the button, but we haven't actually cleared everything, so we don't want to press the button just yet. You know, maybe they'll come up with an update. Hopefully they'll come up with an update before I actually finish. Holy mother of God. Please die. Before I actually finish all the progress on the Foundry here. This is a pretty short Slumbering Sanctuary. Huh. It's actually nice. Maybe I'm just like going faster because I want to go faster. Maybe that's the deal. Okay, what? I'm very confused. I think I'm gonna take it. I mean, I could keep my Frantic Sword proccing, but I think I'd rather just play it safe and not lose this run. Because the run could be lost still, and I already lost one in this episode alone, so let's not do that. I hate having train wreck runs. I still post them, it's like, why not? I might as well, right? My sound cut out, that was a little weird. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. I got turned around a little bit there. Yeah, the customer service job at the moving company, going back to what I was talking about earlier, involved a lot of talking on the phone. And because of that, like, I know that, like, it's a typical, you know, oh, millennials don't like talking on phones. It's like a typical thing. But I actually hate phones because I spend so much time talking on a phone at my job. And that's another one of those things where, like, the customer's always right. Like, I couldn't, if someone was just, like... So basically, I gave people quotes on moving services, right? And, like, it's expensive. And people didn't seem to understand that. So people would always be like, well, why does it cost so much? And I'm like, I can tell from the way that you're talking, you don't plan on purchasing the moving service. So, you know, I'd rather get off this phone call because it's a waste of my time. I don't need to explain to you why things are expensive, you know? Like, you're moving across the country, of course it's going to be expensive, right? But I can't, like, I couldn't hang up the phone. Because just part of my job is explaining things to stupid people, apparently. That was fancy little footwork there. And, like, I can't be like, obviously I can't be like, well, you're an idiot. Why would you think, you know, moving to California would cost you like $5? Because that would just, you know, reflect poorly on the company. That'd probably get me fired. But now I just refuse to talk on the phone, which bothers my wife a lot because, you know, she wants to talk on the phone. And I'm like, no, I refuse. I like barely even want to own a phone, to be honest with you. Like, I'm getting a phone call right now. I don't, go away, leave me alone. Random number from an area code I've never even heard of. Oh boy, a curse chest. What a quality joke. Maybe I even, like, should take that curse chest. Sure. I mean, what have I got to lose? The run? Run ain't going anywhere anyways, boys. Plus, honestly, the thing that I took this for is, yes, the extra damage, but also the gold to be able to buy the curse sword when we get to the shop in the clock tower. And if we don't get the shop in the clock tower, it's gonna be really, really obnoxious. Although I think the odds of not getting a single weapon shop on the clock tower is really, really slim. It can't happen. Also, I've just got like these, well, okay, this guy actually could give me a lot of issues with this curse. And this guy will give me a lot of issues with this curse as well. That's why we take him out like that. Oh, buddy. He almost had me. He almost had me. Props to him. He was trying his hardest. Can I please get another enemy up here? Oh, thank you. Alright, cool. No more curse. Let's go get some more dash. Whoa, buddy. Oh, those guys actually have a range. I didn't know that. I always felt like they could just kind of shoot you wherever you were. Apparently they have a range. You learn something new every day, huh? Another curse chest, and I just killed all the enemies that I would use to cleanse that curse off of myself. Yo, I didn't want to buy that. I should be saving my money, but, I mean, have you seen these charts? The turrets are gonna carry me through the boss fight, so yeah, like I wanna pop that curse chest. I don't think it's worth it. I'd rather just get the achievement. I don't think I can. I killed all the enemies that I would have used to cleanse the curse off of myself. I never got that one. That's dumb of me. So we'll just do this. Hopefully this works. I mean, I'd rather not have to do this again. This is like my... I mean, it's only my second time trying it, right? So I can't really be like, oh, I've done it so many times. Boo-hoo, 50 attempts at the Cursed Sword achievement. I still can't get it. But at the same time, like, you know, I'd rather not have to fight the last boss with a Cursed Sword repeatedly. Alright, so there's a little bit extra gold, which is nice. Maybe it's just America that sucks for customer service, I don't know. Because I'm sure, I think in other cultures, like, you're not even supposed to tip. Depending on the culture, obviously. Like, you're not supposed to tip, and probably... I know that, like, politeness is a big thing in, like, Asian cultures and stuff, so I assume that would translate to being polite to customer service people. But I've never been there, so that what a teleport. So I couldn't actually tell you. I think I remember I went to Australia. Oh, one of my dad's birthdays. The whole family went. I want to say they didn't do tipping, but I might be incorrect. Because I wasn't paying for anything. So I wasn't really paying attention, you know? They all seemed very nice, but then again, you know, like, we were tourists and giving them money, so that will tend to skew people's opinions. They did seem genuinely nice, though. I'm not just saying that they were being nice for the sake of being nice. They did seem like very nice people. At least the people that we saw on a, you know, frequently enough to get to sort of know them. Okay, this is not a weapon shop. It's a skill shop. I need the weapons shops, please. This place is full of stuff, man. It feels like there's so many enemies in this area. On elite, like, I don't know if it's because I'm only on one cell, right? Yeah. Even on one cell, like, feels like there's a lot of enemies here. I need to get rid of this guy, for sure. He's gonna randomly snipe me. I need to, like, pretty much full clear the area before I pick up the Cursed Sword. If this had a Cursed Sword, okay, yeah. Wishful thinking, but would have been nice. Okay, so that's a waste of a tower. Sweet. I don't know, at least the music and the aesthetics are super good in these areas. I'm hoping the next areas are as good, if not better. Which they probably will be. I mean, the people that work on this game seem to know, not only seem to know what they're doing, but also be passionate about it. Enough to care about, like, quality control. Like certain other games. Cough, PUBG, cough. Where it makes you, like, legitimately question whether they even have a QA team or not. But I'm sure in the credits somewhere there's, like, QA testing. And I'm like, yeah, good meme. What QA testing? Or Dead by Daylight, I think is another example. That game it recently had a new chapter, which is like a new DLC come out for Saw. And it broke like half the game. Just releasing a new character. And I'm legitimately curious as to how that even works code-wise. Outside of, you know, having legitimate spaghetti code. I feel like if I was to ever get another job, I'd like to do QA testing. It doesn't sound like fun, but if I had to have a job, might as well be involving video games in some shape or capacity. Even if it is like, hey, do this specific random inputs to find this bug. Like, I understand that's what it is, but it'd still be better than answering phones for a living. If I ever have to answer phones for a living, I'll just not be a happy man. I guess is what I'll leave that at. Because man, that would just be beyond depressing. I have like actual neck issues stemming from being on a phone for so long. For like multiple days out of the week, you know? I work like, I'd say like 5.5 days. So I didn't really work a full day on Saturdays, but I would go in on Saturdays and do some stuff. And like just having your head cocked to the side while you're like typing things on a computer does not do well for your neck. I think it's a mixture of that and the way that I sleep. But whatever, I'm gonna blame it on the work, because I hated that work, so. It's an easy scapegoat, you know? So we still haven't found a weapon shop? I don't believe. Which is problematic, because I think we're nearing the end. Not like immediately, but I think we have like... This might actually be the last tower. There might be one more tower after this, but I think there's only... We haven't fully explored that tower. Okay, so we have like one more tower after this. But like, only one more tower to find a weapon shop is not inspiring confidence in me. I feel like it's almost guaranteed to have... Like, you're guaranteed to have at least a single shop. Okay, here we go. Here's a weapon shop. Now the question is, can we reroll into a cursed sword? It's the wrong kind of tactics sword. Oh, come on. Don't do this to me, game. Oh my god, you've got to be kidding me. Okay, we need to find another... We need to find a large amount of money and another shop. Somehow. Would you just... These... Yo, bats, for real though. Leave me alone. You guys are like level 1 enemies. Why are you even in the clock tower? Just to annoy me? Probably. The devs knew that they annoyed specifically me. Are you kidding me? The devs knew that they annoyed specifically me, and they added a bunch of them into this area. It's a conspiracy against me, dude. That's a... Oh my god. It's another skill vendor. Darn it. You're supposed to be a weapon vendor. I'm really gonna be annoyed if I can't get this due to the fact that I actually don't have a weapon shop on this entire area. That would be quite upsetting. Wow, you're a real jerk, aren't you? My problem with those guys is that they like morph into the walls a lot and just become unhittable. Like right there, like, yeah, I can't hit him. That's like my only issue with them. Like other than that, they die in a single hit from like literally anything. You've got to be kidding me. I don't have a weapon shop. Let me make sure I checked like every available area. These are both... Wow. Yep. Okay. I can't do the achievement. Nifty. Oh boy. Yeah, reset mutations. That one, this one, and this one. I hope you enjoyed my random rambling about things, though, since we didn't actually manage to accomplish our goal on this run, which bothers me to no end. I don't know, is there a way for me to like cheat in a curse sword? I should probably look that up. This boss is just such a joke, man. I know that I'm playing 1 cell and I have 3 cell equipment, but still, I think my point stands. Okay, so see, I would have beaten her there if I had the curse sword without getting hit a single time. Did you see that? Okay. So now when I turn on the Dead Cells cheat code engine Game Shark thing, you can't blame me, okay? Because I did it legitimately without getting hit. Where's the thing I was upgrading? Here we go. Explosive crossbow. I don't know, is there like a Dead Cells cheat engine? I assume there probably is, right? Wouldn't make much sense for there not to be. Double notched bow has done me good in the past, so I'll put points into that one. And like, a broadsword, why not? We already did Death Orb. I was like, Death Orb's pretty good, but we've already done it. I guess at this point we'll just start at the top. Anyways, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, feel free to leave a like, leave a comment with, I don't know, whatever I discussed in the video, and subscribe for more in the future. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye. I'll give you the little slime boy going down though, because, I mean, it's tradition at this point. There you go. Goodbye, slime boy.